Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 16 of our Heinrich Kemmler SFO Grimmhammer campaign. In today's episode, and it will likely be the finale for this series, we are going to be finishing off, hopefully, the last of the Wood Elves. Even if it's not going to be us that is doing so, it looks like Vlad is finishing off Karak Norn, and we should have the rest of the ogres down here going after Bufdar, and actually they might have just sacked the place, so we should see that being claimed in no time. I've got Maximilian and Taubert moving on around to go after the beastmen down here if they're not wiped out by Archon. In fact, I'm going to have Maximilian switch his targeting. He's going to come on back around because I'm not sure if the ogres are going to finish them off, and I'd rather be certain. Taubert, you sprint on down south. We have goodies to claim. Make sure there's no chaos attrition. There will be once we cross the border, but in the meantime, we're all good. Also could use some better troops. We'll probably throw the Sternsmen in on that group. Abarash, I am bringing on through to start dealing with some of these things out on the open seas. So we've got a shipwreck over here by Brion. We'll sprint on over there and deal with that. Alright, quick early on jump cut there. Punched the fool out of my microphone. So part of the reason I wanted to go ahead and end this campaign a little bit seemingly early is we have pretty well conquered all of the immediate enemies in the area. We even dealt with the Wood Elves pretty quickly. The next, I guess, biggest threat to us being the High Elves of Ulthuan, but the entirety of Ulthuan is on pleasant climate, so we wouldn't even necessarily settle here in the first place, just bring it to ruin for the sake of it. And fighting a whole bunch of archers sounds like a lot of fun, as you'd expect. But we are going to go ahead and try to get up another campaign in the Old World map, which has been an absolute ton of fun, and I would love to get 2 campaigns up and running for that one, alongside of our Starstick one. So let's get to this. We're going to go ahead and drop kick Tamar. He's going to flee away into the countryside like a coward. We could go ahead and wipe him out. I'm going to. Chaos Warriors are able to recruit up an army from nowhere way too easily. That gets rid of them. We're going to go ahead and return those captives for a bit of gold. And our dark magics. And now Siegfried is on a Terrorgeist, which means the end for all. He is a kidnapper, which is how you make all the buddies. Switch over into the bit more replenishment stance, and then we'll grab the Bloodlust. Extra melee attack, and a bit of damage, as long as they are throwing down. Perfect. Then for Rozov, we'll grab the Magic Reserves working towards the Conduit. And then what else we're going to do is we're going to actually start passing off some of our gains in Altdorf over to Sylvania.
What doth thou wish to discuss with thine true father?
Well, my friend, I would like to start handing you some of the ones in Altdorf. So, Ubersreich, see how much gold you're willing to give me. He's willing to give me a military alliance, exactly what we need. Just kind of power our way over towards the Confederation.
I never fail.
I never fail. Thank you, my friend. And we'll let the positive relations tick up for a turn or two, and then we'll see if he's willing to confederate. He might be, he might not. If it doesn't work out, we'll go ahead and see about giving him Eilhart as well. We'll let it upgrade to the tier above, though. Save the rest of our gold, that way we can snag in. There was something I was waiting for, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to remember now. Costs a heap of treasury. We're going to go ahead and grab the Grand Invocation of Nehek, or the Midnight Aristocracy. Extra diplomatic relations would allow us to confederate faster, so let's go for the Midnight Aristocracy. And it was the landmark down here in Carcassonne. The Desecrated Place of Chaos costs 9,400. It's actually cheaper than it was previously, but we still just don't quite have the gold. I think we can afford the Ossuary here. We should still have just barely enough to claim. Perfect. Send some of our heroes out and about. I'm not going to have them steal technology this turn, but we'll get them in a position to do so.
That will do nicely.
And just act as spy masters for me. Over here towards Middenstag.
Your wish, master.
Have you, Ernst, come on up and just keep an eye on Salzamund.
I smell death. I hunt.
Don't want to spend the gold just in case we accidentally go for just a little bit too much.
Yes,
Lol, do you have Need of your spy abilities over here in Mordheim. Skip through all of our buildings and outposts. That'll be our turn. As soon as he's done moving. Perfect.
This better be important.
Well, marginally.
Chaos. You think you control me? Bah!
I am the Kemmler.
the Lichman.
He wants peace. And as I'm about to say several times here to you, there is no peace, there is only the void. Bone Rattlers are a new regional power. Following a string of impressive victories, they might have a wall starting to kick on up. Oh, interesting. This regional power thing must be an event that was always supposed to kick off, but it never really did until now. Until these last couple episodes, I definitely haven't seen it. Alright, Heinrich, well, let's keep moving on up. We're going to go ahead and betray the Black Pit Orcs. It just happens to be the way. I'll have you move up towards the Black Pit itself. Staying in Gorcel, there's no way the Orcs can fight you. There's not a lot of magical attacks in their armies. We'll go ahead and have you strike down Middenstag, Siegfried. Give the Razor Standard off to yourself, and this will just be an easy auto-resolve. At least make it a challenge for me. Another corpse card upgrade, which is always great to see. And then Ulmar will give you magic reserves working on towards that conduit. More arcane conduits than we have. More batteries of lightning we can throw at the enemy. Go ahead and upgrade a Middenstag and Middenheim. Oh wait, we need some of these for Carcassonne. And the Desecrated Place of Chaos will take in turns, but immortality is the only way, and I will achieve it no matter what gets in my way. I thought this said immorality, which for Kemmler is kind of the same thing.
No. Deliver it unto me.
Let's deal with whatever's hanging out in this bit of island. Aberash versus the Vampirates. It's not even a contest. Alright, we act as the East India Trading Company for a turn or two. Bit of experience and some extra treasury. I don't see any more along the coast just until we get up towards Lengyi. So we'll probably want to
I will alone.
start moving that way.
Strike out.
Looks for me. Albert, we'll have you come on into the necromantic ritual and start moving across Bilbali. Our army's not the most elite, but I don't see any beastmen here in Montanus, so we have a good chance to surround them and at least start chucking stuff at them over the walls.
I will alone.
On Karstein, can you quite reach? No. No. Ritual it is. We'll go up there and throw down with Dodon. Somehow we're back up to 10,000 dark magics. Gorcel will have you upgrade the Lich Yard. And here at Middenheim we can kind of do the same thing. Go for a bit of gold making. Perfect. Blackstone Post, we do have to decide on the final building we chuck in here. I'm thinking it's likely to be just the Spirit Well. None of these others actually give us any goodies. Vampire's Keep gives us more relations with all factions, which could be pretty useful. In terms of income, we have very limited options there, outside of just raiding.
Master. Raise it to the ground.
Fuel technology.
More mausoleums to defy.
Well done. 282%, we could do better. Albeit, probably not by much. Siegfried, I'm going to have you continue to recruit up your interesting combo of Crypt Ghouls and Knights. It does look like it's just the last settlement here now for the Wood Elves, so let's come on down to Canal just in case they manage to sneak by.
Now. This better be
Points for
important.
Aberash, give him Heart Piercing. Using a combination of their great strength and amazing speed, it's easy for a vampire to create a gap in their opponent's guard. Sundered armor and a heap of extra damage.
More sleep
Wreck.
shines.
Give you your Barrow Guardians. No reason not to have some extra troops every battle.
Now?
Carlotta, can you do any damage to these builds? That's not going to really matter. Assaulting the troops would be great, though. Yeah, everything is completely razed to the ground, so as soon as we deal with Montanus, we can have our vampires start spreading out.
What do you want?
Can't bring you into March, even though I'd like to.
It is night. Your will.
Stave. You keep an eye on the
As you command.
High Elven Menace. And we'll have just the rest of our Necromancers hang out where they're at. They are our eyes and ears.
Darkness
English.
comes. Follow me.
If it's not the Bone Rattlers, it's the Everchosen. It looks as though the evil factions have won quite quickly this time. We're all, I mean, 94 turns in is quite a ways, but there's not very many in terms of order factions left over. They've all crumbled.
Look on me and
Got a command here in Midland. We will throw in, I'll say, the Repression of Mortals for the extra research rate, and we'll end the turn.
a wise action.
Right, Nagaron has another Black Ark out and moving around, which is not a good time. Oh, and Morgar was down there. He's by himself, but he was ambushing. Very brave. Oh, and Montanus has fallen, so that means we can start getting out and colonizing these other settlements here.
If anything dies,
Bilbali belongs to me. We have to go to war with our fellow undead, so be it. I just don't think he's going to be up for it himself. He likes the other undead too much.
darkness comes.
Arkan, that is. Keep moving up to Lungi.
Tremble, mortal.
And we'll have Kemmler break the agreement.
Grave bound.
That is a fair few Night Goblin fanatics. Those guys have any kind of magical attacks at all? The spinning loons is not magical. Drop a smash. I went up to Krudenwall to deal with him first, and then we'll go ahead and have Kemmler betray the Black Pit Orcs. A karate chop, right to the throat. And this belongs to me now. Let's go ahead and occupy it as is. Perfect. We want Kemmler to go after the Black Pit Orcs, but first, can I reach Buftar?
This night,
Maybe.
we are in agreement.
This would be a much more fun battle. Except for it's against Durthu. They're already quite weakened.
What?
Durthu versus Von Karstein.
Die.
You valiant defeat. How many archers do they have? They've got a couple. I like our chances. Go ahead and grab the armor piercing and extra weapon strength to the Papa there, and then we'll go extra leadership on our Mortis engine. Durthu himself is going to be an absolute monster. Is he unbreakable? No, but he does cause terror. Can we encircle and just let the Scrag fella come on over here and help us? Let's see if he's willing to fight us inside these walls or outside of the battlefield itself. We have a better chance out on the field. There's no reason to be hasty. The undead can be quite patient. Black Pit is full of biggins and horrible goodies. Ash Blood Reaper. Could move through and deal with the World Eater first. What I'm going to do. All my allies to help? No. We'll leave them out of it. If he flees, we'll just kind of scoot back into friendly territory. No reason to run into Greenskins' strengths. We'll take down Lorelorn Forest or one of the outliers while Mash is here and recruits.
Tremble, mortal.
Rozov. Let's give you your earthing. Rather spells blow up in your face less often than not.
I will
Income.
not betray you.
Will not betray you. Assault unit, and let's go for another wound here with this one.
It is night. It will
Deck
be
from the
as
brass keep.
dust.
Very deceitful. Excellent at both stealing technology and lighting everything on fire on his way out.
Troops. Destroy. Yes.
Or technology stolen.
Now they'll sing.
Now we'll see.
Yes, my sire.
You have claimed Nuja as well. That's quite quick. Magritta is probably going to fall under their control as well, but at least we've got Bilbali. If we really want to.
King of Mehikara.
You know, he's got some crypt horrors on his side. So maybe we don't want to be that disrespectful. Not yet, at least. Alright, Karstein is surrounding that settlement. We'll have Siegfried try to move in to help.
This will do. Move.
Gonna be a few turns, but he can get there. Could awaken one of the Lamian, which would give us a lot more line of sight. I think we'll just keep saving our blood kisses for now. We'll spend a turn harvesting them up proper. But for now,
This night.
we bide our time.
Ready.
Joe the Mystic.
Necropolis awaits.
And lastly, Roland Dahl.
This way.
Or is the Griffin Wood? Right, the armies are far and wide, and we are annihilating at this point. Alright, another Malak Arc is out on the seas. And we've got our Vampire Count Spy. The Sylvanian elite enjoy eternal beauty, lavish parties, and wear the most elegant fashion. Never mind the smell. Trail Revealed is now ready to be performed again. And we're just going to move on in and take down the Black Pit now. Pretty sure we can declare war on you guys without any too many issues. Yeah, no issues at all. We declare.
Shut it.
Shut it.
They will all
Smush Black Pit if they want to come back over here towards us. That's an easy fight. Alright, we'll go ahead and set up 2 sets of towers and then 1 ram.
obliterate.
Hopefully some of these orcs will come over and try to fight us outside the walls. That'd be great. As for Siegfried, let's go ahead and finish off the Followers of Chaos at their home. Don't mind so much if the World Eater comes over and steals the settlement. Come back and crack him on the head if we really wanted to. Right. Undead rule.
Seas of blood.
Move on down with Maximilian. We could recruit in some ogres. I'm tempted to. Ogre bulls with blood frenzy sounds interesting to me. Although they don't have much armor piercing damage at all anyway, so the blood frenzy is not going to be useful. No ogres for us. Maximilian? Destroy. Decisive victory now. Ah, it's because Antmaker Crag's coming on in. Well met. Alright. How long till our allies arrive? 50 seconds. Let's start our deployment. I will pull all of the ghosts to this side over here. And let the ogres stream in. All the ghosts here, all the zombies back behind them. We'll have 2 over here just to kind of keep them defenders spread out a little bit. Crossbows behind. Parageist, and then the Morngulls can be kind of a little bit more forward than the rest. Alright. Switch their tune real quick once we had some allies. Have the Hound Dogs also just into these trees. So likely they'll be spotted pretty quick, but crossbows. Single entities. Alright, perfect. Let's get this going. They've got the trap there. Let's go ahead and send some of the ghosts forward to start attacking this blocker. And some more of the ghosts can kind of hang up and wait for the dryads to respond. Meanwhile, we can have the crossbow set up here as a defensive force, and some zombies doing the same. Mixture of zombies and the other is pretty great. Why are they all blue? What kind of ability do you guys have going on? Vigorous? Launchers in the dark? Binding winds of blood. There's lots of goodies going on there. Sisters of the Thorn are going to start taking their pot shots. You back. See how much Death Streak damage we can get on the sisters. Here come the ogres. Reinforcements have arrived. Lead belchers and the good old scrap launchers. Who's ready to have some fun? Blast the shriek out and go ahead and retreat. Not bad damage. You're gonna get smacked in return, so let's go ahead and fall back. Go start moving in to take down this blocker. And we'll have the air guys go over the top after the Glade Guard. On this side, we'll start advancing our infantry. And I'm keen on pressing the Morn Goals up into these Grave Guard. Glade Guard, that is. Zombos can help out just kind of bogging down those Azurai War Dancers. We've got all of the ghosts stacking up on this blocker. Hopefully it goes down in but a moment. We can charge directly into the Dryads. Dance Macabre. No, go get the Dryads. Ghosts versus trees. We've just got a lot more of them. Wherever Durthy's at, we need to get our crossbows over there. Get hunting. He's back here in the back.
We obey.
Bring you Morn Goals back in. Start helping out with these Dryads. The ogres smashing on the other side here. Huge blob of stone horns and these iron guts. The toxic venomed iron guts, all in a huge blob. Showing us how not to fight the wood elves here. Force your way through. They do have the tree ban in there.
Still my beating heart.
Oh, the crossbows. You fools.
No lingering. Go. Take the ground.
Torn to shreds by those archers back there. Let's send two of the ghosts and zombies. Let's send them through after these Glade Guard, because not all of them are actually going to be able to fight up here. These crossbows can switch targets to after the Dryads. Leadership is dealing with at least one of our units here, which is very sad. Looks like we're losing the hounds. Drop a heal on you all. Ghosts just go straight through. Time for a hug. Glade Guard do have some awesome animations. They try to roll away and shoot arrows at them, kind of Legolas style, but it's not gonna matter. We're not gonna matter this time. Swarming on in. Where's Durthu at? He's fled on back a little ways further.
Standing by.
And the crossbows after Durthu. Everything here can try to overwhelm this unit. We don't need the hound dogs in here anymore. They're struggling with that one quite badly. Try to have the Morn Goals going after the Dryads and the Ghosts dealing with the War Dancers. But these zombies come on back around to help out too. Ghosts, come on back. No reason to give Durthu a little bit of extra assistance there. Let the crossbows start blasting. Group of ghosts got caught. We'll send them all back up in. Grab some heals and the Dance Macabre. That unit We'll wait for it to be finished casting, and then we can drop those cooldowns. Rest in peace, the Wood Elves. Doing very clever things like sending their giants in to beat down barricades. Most important thing going on here, obviously. Cooldowns, go for some more heals. Rest of our ghosts are in battle. It's game over for you, Durthu.
Moving now!
Get the crossbows up so they can actually get some shots on Durthu himself. And we'll have the Morngulls move in, surround as well. Hound Dogs try to run off these Glade Guard, who are having a field day on the enemy giants. Going back and forth over here. Is going the opposite direction of the order was given? Yeah, they're kind of stuck. Four Dancers are fighting absolutely against the odds. But not all of our units are actually able here to fight. Here comes the Stone Horde. Well, you thought your bonus versus large. Can your spear get through that hide? Probably not. Those War Dancers are gone. You gotta give the Azrai credit. They are going to fight until the bitter end, and they're going to kill all of my units in the process. Charge right on in these Glade Guard. That should finish them. Durthu's actually handling my Morngulls, so let's send them past him. Dance Macabre, and never mind, there's the victory. Or unfortunate trees. And a victory, although I wouldn't call it decisive. I didn't even realize we had lost our Terrorgeist. Well, that's not great. Luckily they came back from the dead, our ghosts didn't, but never punished. I will go ahead and occupy Bufdar after looting it. And that should provide us with our short campaign victory. Glory to you, glory to us, the war will go on forever. But we gain extra replenishment rate for all of our armies in our own territory, and then 1 capacity for all of our heroes. Which is a very small speed bump there. Grab these Sylvanian marksmen, and the rest is dead. Sounds good to me. And with the death of the ghost, we'll swing in these Ogre Bulls, because why not? Call them the Vampire Guard. Yes, they're incredibly elite. Well, that is that. Kemmler, can you deal with the Black Pit now? One more turn until all of our towers are complete. We'll go ahead and continue that siege, even though the auto-resolve would give it to us. Of course, our next technology, Sylvania Seat of Power, would give us more casualties captured. Let's snag the Grand Invocation of Nehek. We can drop down a pretty disgusting heal on all of our armies. At least that's what it seems like we can do. Grudenwald will drop in a new Gibbet. Keep that income flowing. Same thing in these settlements. How close are we to getting that confederation with you clowns? Very close. Since they are the tier 2 strength rank faction, it's gonna be pretty tough to get them on side, but as long as we can keep giving them settlements. Seems counterintuitive, but it gets their relations with us up so high that they are willing to join, even though they've got a lot of settlements.
Children of my blood, come, let us talk.
I'm going to go ahead and give you, I believe it's Isleheart that I was willing to sacrifice. And you're going to give me what now? Almost willing to become my vassal. Just take all of the gold you have.
My will is done.
He gains another settlement. And we get a little bit more powerful in terms of gold. Here in Weissmoon, we'll take nothing at all. Blood tax in home base, and then we'll snag. Taking Battleground does sound spicy, but we don't need the extra growth. So it will be, in fact, the Vampire Crypts to just increase our relations with all factions.
Night march.
Night March.
Bring me flesh to craft.
They don't take Magritta, I definitely will. I sprint on through. Am I taking a little bit of attrition?
Bring it all to me. At last.
It is fairly likely, though, that they're going to lame the settlement here. Could be under the control of the Skaven, though. Which I didn't think about until just now. Likely the reason they don't have it. We shall soon see.
I thirst.
You aren't likely to be betrayed by
Moving.
the follower of Nagash, even though he is definitely hid in his character. Alright, I've decided to jump to one final battle here for our Kemmler campaign. After we destroy the remaining, I guess, defenders of the Black Pit tribe, we are going to call this campaign a victory and the Eternal Night secured. All we would really need to do is ally up with Sylvania, and it is completely over for everyone else. Let's go ahead and dive on into this final battle here. Auto-resolve thinks it's going to be a close victory with medium casualties. We're likely going to have a few more than that just because the leadership issues we're going to suffer from, and they've got some pretty nasty troops over here. The Night Goblins aren't going to be a threat, but all of these Orc Boar Boys and the Arachnarok Spider we will have to take down with some precision. Let's get to it. Right, so they're going to be coming at us from behind. Interesting. Luckily, that is just a bunch of gobos. They shouldn't be all that quick. Our best strategy is likely to come on up to the top of the hill here. So let's grab most of our ghosts, which thankfully most of our army at this point is Vanguard deployable. We'll throw the Crypt Horrors up here as well. And then our healing items. All of our Hex Wraiths are going to be up on behind our ghosts. So the spears in here. In the forest with the Konigstein Stalkers. Also going to take a position here. We'll have the Banshee hiding with the rest. Hanging out with our Crypt Horrors. And then the other Necromancer back here as well. We will have to worry about the Night Goblins, but we're going to basically sweep up and around on this side and force them to all come through over here. So let's go ahead and grab our two Cairn Wraiths. And I'm going to put them in this middle forest. We'll have all of our ghosts. Well, I guess we'll just have all of the infantry. All of the cavalry-esque units. And then our single entities. Kind of abilities we have. We have the Tomb Scream, we've got fireballs, and a bunch of combat abilities. Let's get it going. Okay, so the orcs are going to try to split our attention a little bit here. Send the ghosts forward, all of you as well. Come up with the ghosts. Into the woods if you can. Are they going to try to crack through our lines? That's a definite maybe. Might just try to run away until the reinforcements come in. Which would be very SFO of them. Yeah, just run and hide, goblins. That makes sense. Makes for an extra fun battle, too. See if we can't get these boar boys out and fighting our other ghosts. And we'll have Kemmler moving on over. Have Steve kind of hanging out behind us. We can pretty easily handle getting flanked. Go ahead and send these chill guys son in to deal with those boar boys. Oh, it's about to get violent. There's no escape. We'll deal with the archers. Kemmler, come on over here so we can get the heals. But this should get real unfortunate for these biggins real quick. The spectral sides is going to start swinging. And there's no escape. Two of the horses are a little ways behind. Let's speed yourself on up there, my friend. Ghosts, come on around. Just annihilate those poor cavalry. Oh yeah, the ones that aren't terrified are just gonna die in droves. So Kemmler, you kind of head everyone off, and here comes the Gobos. So we are going to rotate our army yet again. up to about here. Everyone in the woods here, let's come on up and around. Let's make an impenetrable legion with our ghosts. After we annihilate these orc boar boys. Let's send the two that don't actually get extra kill goodies for killing. We'll get them on away and have the Black Coach effect continue to do the actual slaying. Here comes the orc boss. There's gonna be a bunch of invisible night goblins as well. Alright, Ghost Cav, let's go ahead and pull a little ways away. We'll have the Heron Rays kind of move in this direction. And then the cavalry can sweep around. If you want to go for Kemmler, go for it. By all means. It won't go nearly as well as you think. Surprise, Krell appears. And then we'll go ahead and throw down the Dance Macabre on Krell. Let him start flapping orky cheeks. Where's Krell? Let's go ahead and send in our ghosts. And then the rest of them as well. Just break this group of orc boy biggins. Krell's giving them the business. And everyone else getting ready to engage with the next group. I'm going to send the ghost around. Try to sneak attack the boss there. Bring some of the ethereal cavalry back. Charge is just devastating. Heron Raids, you move up and fight the Black Orcs. Meanwhile, Kemmler and Krell continue being an absolute powerhouse of a team. Ghosts keep coming wide. We don't want them to pursue you too far, and those that do can get overwhelmed and destroyed from there. So just keep aggressively looking for those exposed units. Alright, the ghosts are starting to take a little bit of damage. Let's go ahead and pull these horrors out and bring them over to the party. Ghost and cavalry keep going wide. Are those marauder spearmen? That's no threat. You guys keep annihilating those boar boys. Let's go ahead and we found the gap. Let's smash into them. Just go right past those marauders. Something like that.
Yes, Master.
Well, you deal with this boss. The ghosts are a little bit surrounded. Don't like to see it. The script horrors need to get over here quick. Ghost just swarming around is horrifying. Come on in this direction. Let's bring this group through. They can smash in on one side of the biggins. Meanwhile, this group is just going to staying back. Very brave. Biggins sent flying. Give them a lovely angle. Banshee, let's go ahead and move through into this next group while you guys go after those Air Boys. Once they surround, we can hit the Tomb Scream. Yeah, right back through. Blast them to bits.
Champion of Corn.
Perfect. I mean, we didn't even need the rest of our army. Let's bring them down and start fighting these night gobos. Like a fireball at those boar chariots. And now we'll bring the ghosts in to clobber the rest of these poor fools. There were spearmen here for a moment. And move them all in. The apocalyptic ghost charge. Ah, it's late. Let's go, rustle your jimmies. Drop down the overcast heel here. No one's taking any damage really anyway. Bring this group in to run over these nasty skulkers. They think they're real nasty. They might be for a moment. And then their health bar disintegrates. I'm real tricksy. You move in there and clobber them. Let's make sure we've got spirit leeches dropping down on the proper targets. I'm going to bring my Ur scary group in to deal with them. My legendary unit as well. Speed, all the extra damage, and the corpse cart can just sit there. Hope to have you drop off some heals on everyone in this group. Throw the Wind of Death through. Good grief, the Spectres of the Corpse Wood are strong. You stay here and just be a shield for a moment. When I annihilate that unit, we'll bring the Spectres back out. Have they activated their final ability yet? I don't think they have quite. Come back and deal with the war boss, as the rest of the army is already gone. Poor fools. Alright, Kemmler, back on around. We'll have some of these cavalry here just go after the biggins that think they're tough. It's a ghost party. There's a few night goblins left. I think it's just because they haven't seen the ghosts. Even the war boss he's struggling against just the corpse cart. He doesn't have what it takes. We'll drop in some normal zombos. Have him get clobbered by corpse carts. There's a mortis engine here as well. And rest in peace, orcs. Beautiful. And we'll go ahead and end that battle there. Alright, they call it a close victory, but we only ended up losing 2 in the fighting. I'm disappointed in each and every one of you. Those are 2 of our skeletal spearmen. That means they gotta be phased out for spirit hosts. We're gonna go ahead and return those captives. It's not gonna do them much good anyway. And with that, we are going to call this campaign a victory. The Screaming Banner. Squalling Whales. Astro Screams. That'd have been great for us to get right before that battle so we could try that on out, but such is not going to be the way. But thank you all so very much for all the support in this series. It has been an absolute fun bringing Ruin to the realms of man. I think what we're going to do for our next campaign that is going to be replacing this one is a combination of SFO and the Old World mod. I like to have 2 of the Old World campaigns up and running because they are a ton of fun, and it is giving us a lot of new variants for our campaigns and actually giving Old World a bit more life. 8 Peaks has a full 8 settlements as opposed to just 1, and that by itself is proving to be quite a lot of fun conquering as Scarsnick. So, for the last time here with this series, I have been Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub zone, and I will see you all in the next one.